Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to this video. So here we are with another long video where I talk about Clickbank and how to make money from it. Basically the fastest way to make money on Clickbank. So this is going to be another one of those long videos because, as always, I want to get into details of it. I want to explain everything there is to know about it. So I want you to see every single detail of this whole strategy or strategies that I'm going to share. So let me explain what you're going to learn here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share 3 different strategies, and these are 3 different strategies that you can use based on your preference. You know, like whatever you want to do. You know, based on what you can do, because you know, some of them are easier to implement, but they're going to make you less money upfront. But some of them are harder to implement, but more effective down the line. So I'm going to explain each and every single one of them. So first, we're going to get into strategies, all right? And then I'm going to talk about traffic, all right? That's very important because without it, well, you're not going to make any money, right? So we're going to talk about traffic, a couple of different traffic sources. I'm going to get into details of them. And then I'm going to show you some examples, like live examples, so you see all of it in action. Because, well, what's the point of seeing something? What's the point of learning if you don't see it in action, right? That's one of the reasons that my programs are very popular, because, well, I teach everything in action, in detail. All right, so yeah, let's get it started. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to take you to my I'm saying so a lot. I'm going to take you to my whiteboard right now to start talking about the strategies. You know, we're going to talk about 3 different strategies, and then we're going to continue from there. All right, so let's get it started. All right, guys, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about 3 different strategies, as I explained. So I'm going to just lay down each and every single one of them and explain pros and cons of each one of them also. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to talk about, which is the most well-known and most simplest, basically, way to make money off of Clickbank, or one of the simplest ways, is pre-selling. So the way this works is that, so let's say this is your Clickbank offer. So this is basically the money page, okay, or the affiliate link, right? So what you do is you send the traffic to an opt-in page, okay, or whatever, and then you send them to a pre-sell page. Okay, so again, the opt-in page is like name and email, like you capture the information, and then there's maybe a video on the pre-sale page and some buttons, and sends them to the main affiliate offer. All right, so, and some people I've seen, this is something I do myself too sometimes, is they just don't use the opt-in page. So they just use the pre-sale page and send the traffic to the pre-sale page directly, okay? And then they send the traffic goes to the affiliate link. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with this. For example, you could retarget them. Obviously, if you do the opt-in, you could you capture a customer, so prospect. So you build a list. So that's good. But at the same time, this might just filter a lot of traffic that you don't want it to be filtered, okay? Because some people, they're just lazy. They don't want to put their name and email somewhere, but they're looking for a solution. So yeah, so you have to test that. Again, that's the whole point. You have to just test and see what works and what doesn't work. And the thing is, sometimes with some specific products, some strategies work better, and some strategies just don't work. And that's something actually we talk about inside the program. I'm going to leave a link in the description for you to check it out. But yeah, so this is one of them. So pre-sale page is quite simple too. Like, maybe actually draw a kind of a template of the pre-sale page for you, okay? By the way, I'm going to show you examples of these, okay? So don't worry about it. I'm just trying to explain the strategy here. I'm going to show you examples so you see it all live in action. All right, and we're going to talk about traffic as well. So let's talk about pre-sale page. So the way this works is that you have a page, you have a headline up here, okay? And then what you're going to have, like, this headline should be something catchy, obviously, based on the product. And also what you want to do is you want to make sure that your headline follows the template or the headline of the sales page, okay? So for example, if the sales page is saying lose 20 pounds in 5 weeks or something like that, okay, you want to follow the same wording in your headline. So when someone clicks on the button here to go to that sales page, they're not going to be confused, okay? So yeah, that's the point. So yeah, just be careful with that. So yeah, and then you're gonna have a video. This is very important. This is basically 80% of your page. Most of people watch the video, so you want to have a video. This should be a 5-minute video, and I'm not going to talk about the contents of this video because it's a little bit complicated. But yeah, this is a pre-sale video. You have to kind of explain about the features, benefits, and provide proof that this works. Now, inside our program, we have a template, it's like an actual template, like a script template for the video, and ways that you can create it. You can pay someone else to create the video for you, or you do it yourself. You don't have to be in front of a camera or anything like that. But yeah, you're gonna learn how to make this video as well. So we'll talk about that inside the program. I'm gonna leave a link again in the description. So, and then there's gonna be a button under the video. Okay, so this is basically the button that people click, and basically takes them to that sales page, right? And then one thing that you want to do is you don't want to just have a empty video page. What you want to do is you want to have more content. Okay, so have content, maybe pictures, all that stuff. So you want to have a hybrid page. This is what we call a hybrid page. The idea here is that if someone doesn't want to watch the video, they can just review the content. So it's very important, and because actually in our company we've tested different things, like sales pages, different types of sales pages, different types of landing pages. And most of the time, again, it depends on the audience, but most of the time, if you're selling something up front, you want to make sure that you have a hybrid. So you have a hybrid page, because then you have a video. If someone want to watch a video, they can, and then they have the option to just read. If, let's say, they're at work, or they're just walking around, they're browsing, stuff like that. So yeah, so you want to have that. So this is the first strategy, pre-selling. Okay. So let's talk about the second strategy. I'm just trying to keep these videos as short as possible, because the previous video I made was 35 minutes. So I just don't want to get there. All right. So the second one is quizzing. Now this is another simple strategy, but it's a great way to make a lot of money. The reason this works is because it just engages the audience. Okay. So if you remember in the previous one, we engage the audience by getting their information sometimes and then sending them to a pre-sale page to convince them to buy the product, right? So if you're selling Clickbank or anything in general, that's the way it usually works. But let's say you do it in a different way. Now, if you're an affiliate marketer, or if you've been into affiliate marketing, you know that everybody hates Facebook. Facebook traffic in general. Okay, affiliate marketers don't like Facebook traffic, and there's a good reason for it, because Facebook traffic is very very browsy. They're not here to usually they don't buy anything unless you engage them in a very personal way. Okay, so if you want to sell, let's say you do advertising on Facebook and you promote your landing page, you might not get any leads. If you do it right, you might get some leads, but again, it's not going to be worth it. So what you want to do is you want to engage people in a way that they don't have to invest too much, and then at the end you could do a lot of interesting stuff. All right, so the way this works is that we have a page. Okay, so this is a quiz page. Okay, so this is a quiz page, and what we do is there's your headline here, okay, and then there's like 5 questions, and these are not questions that are going to be show up at the beginning. Like they answer a question, the next one pops up. Okay, so yeah, they're going to answer these questions, and after this we do a couple of things. Okay, so again, the traffic comes in that way, right? So, and after that we do a couple of things. We either send them to an opt-in page. Again, you follow the almost same strategy. You do an opt-in page, or you send them directly to a pre-sale page. So yeah, so again, this could be an opt-in page. You could have this, you don't have to, but again, it depends on the audience, depends on the product. So you have to test. The key is testing. Okay, so you have to test, and you have the opt-in, and then you send them to a pre-sale page, and then after that obviously it goes to the sales page or your affiliate link, right? So yeah, so this is another way. It's very interesting. It's very good for cold traffic. That's the point. Okay, it's very good for cold traffic because again, if you're using Facebook traffic is usually cold. So even if you get clicks, it doesn't mean that you are going to sell something. Okay, like when we do advertising for our own company on Facebook, for example, we take them through a process. We engage them with the company before we even ask them to click on something. Okay, because at the end it costs less usually to do it that way, and also it's more effective. So yeah, Facebook is a very different animal, but yeah, this is a good Facebook is a good example of cold traffic that is interested but not that interested, not that invested to buy the product. So yeah, this could be a really good way to convert that kind of traffic. Okay, so quizzes, very powerful stuff. So the third way, which is and this is easy also really easy to implement. I'll teach this to you as well inside the program. I'm going to show you examples as well. Okay, so I'm going to take to my computer, show you examples of this one as well. But inside the program, I'll teach all these things in detail. Okay, like you're just going to see everything click by click, step by step. All right, so let's go to the third one. The third one is my favorite, and it is hardest to implement. Okay, what is this? So in our business, this is something I found in my own business. The best traffic is the buyer traffic. Okay, so the best kind of traffic is the traffic that has already bought something from you. So having a customer list is the key. Okay, so instead of just wasting your time, okay, to build a list up front and then sell products or just get customers, send them to the pre-sale page, affiliate offers and everything, you could sell your own product up front and then sell affiliate products at the back end. Okay, there's a process. This is the most complicated, most effective, and yet most complicated and hardest thing to implement. But if you really want to make a lot of money online, especially with Clickbank, this is the best way to go. All right, so this is how it works. Quite simple. So you set up a product. Okay, this is your front product. Okay, so and you sell this for like $5 to $10, again, depends. So this is a $5 product. Okay, and then what you do after you sell this product is you build a customer list of buyers. That's the point, guys. Okay, and again, you send the traffic to this. You can get creative. You know, you could send the traffic to an opt-in page, and then there's usually we send the traffic to the sales page directly because it's the best way to do it. Because it's a $5 product. If someone's not gonna buy a $5 product, you don't want to deal with them, right? So yeah, so you know, we sell this upfront product. Again, in the program that I have, like I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you. I teach you to create these. You know, you don't have to like be in front of camera, make videos or anything like that. I teach all these things in detail without even having to. You can just create these products without having to make anything really. So you build a list of buyers, okay, and then what you do is you take it through a process. This is a funnel. This is a very special funnel because the thing is, even though if you have a list of buyers, it doesn't mean that they're gonna buy your next product. Okay, so you have to take them through a very smooth process to convert them to more custom, to convert them to more sales, right? So we send them through a different kind of like a specific type of emails, and then we sell them more products. Now this could be anything. You know, that's the cool thing about this type of business, because you could basically replace this product with anything you want. Okay, it doesn't have to be one product. So you don't build your whole campaign based on a product you want to promote, but you build your campaign based on your own business, and then at the end you could just swap this, replace it with any product that you want. Let's say there's a new product that is coming out, sure, you just swap it with this new product and it's good to go. It's basically like a plug and play, right? So then you sell your affiliate product. This is where you make the big money. So this is really there's a lot of details to this. For example, setting up the site, setting up a sales page, delivering the product, and building the site. Like there's a lot of details here that you have to learn. So that's, if you want to, again, if you want to get into any of these strategies, step-by-step, click-by-click training is inside the program. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take you to my computer. We're going to talk about two things. Okay, so number one is, first of all, I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, and then we're going to get into traffic, because traffic is very important. This is something I didn't talk about, and I'd rather talk about them on the computer. All right, so let's get into it. Let's show you some examples, and then let's talk about traffic. All right, guys, so let me show you some examples of everything that I just talked about. So this is the first example of a pre-sale page. So what do, like, you know, this is the one with opt-in page. So the way this works is that I have an opt-in page, right? So this is about an affiliate product on Clickbank, affiliate marketing training product on Clickbank. So what I do is, you know, I have this opt-in page, and then that opt-in page takes them to this page. Okay, this is my pre-sale page. I say exactly the way I explained. The headline, there's the video, there's the, you know, I have other stuff like bonuses that I provide, everything. So yeah, so this is the pre-sale page. Again, this is a really good example of just providing information, providing more information on a product you're selling, okay, to just convince people to buy it, right? You want to tell them exactly what it is, because when someone is trying to buy a product, they have a lot of doubt. Especially most of people who buy these things, it's their first time buying any digital products online. So you want to make sure that you cover those doubts, you address those fears and everything, to tell them, hey, it's going to be all right. You know, this product is great. It's going to help you. Obviously, the product has to be great by itself. So yeah. So that's another thing that you have to make sure you do. You got to choose a good product. So I'm going to talk about that as well. I just remembered that I have to talk about that. So yeah. So again, this is the example of the pre-sale page. There's a lot of stuff in here, and then obviously I have two call to action buttons that takes them to the sales page. Like this is my affiliate link, and yeah. So that's the first one. The second one, if you remember, that was the quiz strategy. This one is quite simple too. The cool thing with quiz is that when you do paid advertising, when we get to the paid advertising section where I talk about paid advertising, I'll explain why quizzes are really great, because it's easy to get your ads approved if you're doing a quiz, you know. So yeah, so this is a quiz, for example, for a weight loss product. So it's like 6-step quizzes, and then at the end, based on the answers they provide, it gives them a solution. Now, this is really interesting because quizzes are very personal, right? People provide some information and you give them a solution based on that, and that's highly engaging. People like that because it just feels personal to them. It's not just a dead page, right? It's personal. So it's a great way to convert cold traffic to buyers. So yeah. So that's that, you know, that's very powerful stuff. So again, it's like a couple of steps, and then at the end, it provides a result, it provides an answer. So yeah, guys, this is quiz, and there are a lot of different ways to build quizzes. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but yeah, there's a lot of different ways to build quizzes. You know, you can just Google and find out. I use a really interesting plugin that gives me a lot of different options. Yeah, so I'll get into that in the program. So yeah, so now last thing I want to talk about is the tripwire. That's something I mentioned, and I'm not going to show you all of this thing, but this is a tripwire offer. So what I do, for example, this is an offer about dating. Okay, so I'm promoting a dating product on Clickbank, and then there's a simple sales page, and then they purchase the product for like $5. Let's see. This is a $5 product. So yeah, so they buy the product for $5 or something like that, and they go through the process. They obviously access the product, and then they go through a process, and we sell more products to them. Like basically, that's more affiliate products. Anything, you know, it could be Clickbank. In this case, this is for a Clickbank offer, but yeah, it could be anything. All right, so yeah, that's these are some examples, guys. So I just want to show you exactly some of the real life examples of everything I just explained on whiteboard. So yeah, let's get into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna talk about choosing a Clickbank product real quick after this, and then we're gonna get into traffic. All right, so let's get into choosing a Clickbank product. Okay, so let's talk about choosing a good product. Now, this is a very, very important phase of your online business. If you're promoting affiliate products, Clickbank, whatever, it doesn't matter what you're promoting, because if you choose a bad product, you're basically going to ruin your entire campaign. Okay, imagine if you have a bad product, either no one's gonna buy it, okay, or if they buy, it's gonna end up in a refund, which means you're gonna lose your money, right? So you don't want that happen. You don't want it. You don't want to invest all this time and money to build a campaign, build a business, to promote something and just ruin it, right? So how do you do this? So the first, you got to look for a couple of things, which I'll explain right now. When I get to my computer, I'll explain. Like, I'll show you some examples so you see it. But you want to look, like, the first thing when you land on a product page, right, the sales page, you want to look for two very important things. Okay, so the first thing on the landing page is the video. Okay, you want it to have a video. Very important. Video is really important. If it doesn't have the video, usually you don't want to get into it. Okay, now some products, just keep in mind, some products don't have a video, and that is okay. It depends on the audience, really, but 90% of the products that you promote should have the video. Okay, in some cases you don't need to have a video. Like, there was this product I used to promote for anxiety, okay, and this product didn't have a video. It just had like a landing page, like an article style, which was good. It was working very well. So it doesn't really, it's not always the case, but most of the times you want to have the video. Okay, so number one. Number two is a good affiliate section. Okay, so this is very important too. I'm gonna show you this in more detail when I get to my computer, okay? But what you want to see is you want to make sure that they give you enough tools, because if they don't, that means they don't care about their product, right? So you want to have enough tools. You want to make sure they give you enough tools. Now, you want to, like, there are a couple other things. Let me just set this up real quick. There you go. Better. So there's a couple other things that you could look into, which I'll explain. But when you promote a product, you want to kind of do a search about it and see the overall review of it. Like, you maybe on forums, on internet, like not just affiliates, because most of the times when you see a review, it's an affiliate reviewing the product to sell it. But I'm talking about like just normal average people who have used this product. So this is something you could find on question and answer sites or on forums, basically. Like, that's where people really share their opinion. So yeah, that's where you could really find some really good opinions. So good reviews, right? So that's something. And then you want to make sure they give you a review access. Okay, so this is another thing. Now, it's not always, I'm not going to even write that down because there's no point. So it's not always the case. So this is not something you can always do, but if they really are selling a lot, and if it's a good product, that means they're selling a lot, right? So if they're selling a lot, that means that they usually do give you review access. And this is really important, because what you want to do is you want to contact them and say, hey, can I get a 2-day review access, because I want to review this product, and I want to kind of get some footage, get some idea exactly what's inside, so I can write about it, you know, all that stuff. So if you approach this in a really good way, so because you want to explain your intentions. You want to say, hey, I want to write about it, I want to make a video about it, whatever you're trying to do. If you explain your intentions, most of the times they come back to you and say, hey, sure, they give you a quick review access. This is something this is something I do all the time. I almost don't review a product without having access to it, okay? And if in some cases, if you cannot have access to it, if they don't give it to you, you could buy it if it's not that expensive. You know, it doesn't hurt to buy it, right? Yeah, so you could buy the product. So that's another way. You want to see what you're promoting, guys. You don't want to just promote something blindly, You want to see exactly what's inside. So yeah, so let's go to my computer. Let me actually give you more some more explanation on this, and then we're gonna start talking about traffic. All right, so let's get into it. All right, guys. So I'm at the Clickbank marketplace. I'm gonna show you a couple of examples of like how do you find good products and what to look for. I mean, I explained it. I just want you to see it in action, because that's the best way to really teach anything. So let's say, for example, let's go to weight loss. All right. So based on what I just taught you, the first thing you want to look for is the video, right? So let's just, for example, flat belly fix. This is something I promote. So they have a video, right? So they have a video sales page. That's good. So that's the first thing you want to look for, a video on the sales page. That's very, very important. The second thing you want to look for is affiliate section, right? I explained this as well. So you want to check out their affiliate section. Now, one thing I didn't like about about this product was the fact that they don't have the greatest affiliate section. They just have emails. That's it. But because I was promoting this using my own tripwire funnel, remember when I was explaining the strategies, I told you that like the tripwire funnel, like, you know, selling that $5 upfront product. So I'm promoting this product using that. So I really don't care. It doesn't really matter. But generally you want to look for a product that gives you a lot of affiliate tools. All right. Now, one thing I used when I was promoting this product, like using my strategy, was the email swipes. So what I did was I took their email swipes and I kind of integrate. I didn't use it directly in my campaigns because it wouldn't make sense, but I kind of integrated it with my campaigns, with the emails I was sending out to my existing customers and everything. So yeah, so I used it. So again, affiliate section, this is something you want to look for. And another thing you want to do is, obviously, you want to do a search about it, okay? So you just want to look into it, see what people are saying about it. Now you just want to kind of stay away from these reviews, okay? Because if you take a look for them, let's see if this is a review. Yeah, this is a well, it could be a review because it seems like they have an affiliate link. Okay, so this is not a review. Okay, this is one of those shady sites. I mean, I don't want to talk about this, but what they do in these sites, they actually come and bash a product. It doesn't matter. They bash the product and then they promote their own product. So yeah, this is just my opinion. It's not a cool thing to do. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, so let's see. Again, you just want to kind of search about this, especially with something you want to somewhere you want to look into is forums. Okay. So that's like. So yeah, if you want to take a look and see what people are saying about it, yeah, there you go. Oh, this is deleted. But yeah, so you want to see what people are saying about it on the forums, because that's where the real conversation happens, you know. So yeah, you want to do a search about that as well. All right, now last thing I want to just talk about here real quick is getting fleet access. So they usually have their contact, so you could contact them. Hey, say, hey, I'm reviewing the product. Can you give me like a 1-day review access for me to get some footage, make some videos about it, like all that stuff? Because you want to, again, you want to see what's inside. So, you know, they usually have the email here. So you could just check it out, like contact them and ask about it. Now you want to be nice, okay? Don't make sure you put time on that email, because I get all, because I promote, I have a lot of products myself, so I get a lot of people trying to promote my products. So obviously we don't approve everyone, but I see a lot of people like try to send like half-assed emails, like saying, hey, like really short emails, or not too long, not super long emails, or just they don't do the wording right. They're not really it just, you feel like when you read that email, it feels like, okay, they're not putting the time, they haven't put the time really to write this email down. They don't care about it. So you don't want to be like that, you know. You just make sure you write a really nice email, not too long but not too short, okay? Explain your intentions and tell them if it's possible for them, for you to get a quick review access. So yeah, that's what you want to do, guys. All right, so yeah, again, you want to look into the product. There's a lot of different ways to find out if something is good or not, but yeah, you want to look into it. And yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of, like, this one, actually, this is another one that is really interesting because they have a really great affiliate section. Like, I love this one. Like, if you actually get into it, you're gonna see that they have a lot of cool tools that you could use. But yeah, so just keep that in mind, guys. So let's get into traffic. All right, so let's start talking about traffic because that's like the important part. I'll see you over there. All right, so let's get into the good stuff, the traffic. All right, so this is basically the most complicated, not most complicated, but the most challenging part of your online business, okay? Because making the traffic work is, it's not easy, because there's a lot of variations when it comes to traffic. So what you got to do is you have to constantly fix your traffic, improve your traffic, and you optimize your traffic campaigns basically, and then you have to constantly improve your own stuff, like your sales page, your pre-sale page, your opt-in page, however you're just promoting a product. So there's a lot of moving parts in online business, if you didn't know already. So traffic is kind of challenging. You have to get it right, and in this case, I'm not talking about free traffic because I hate free traffic. I have videos about free traffic, but not a big fan of it. I'd usually go to paid traffic because it's a business, you gotta pay, and paid traffic is scalable. So you don't want to waste your time on free traffic because free traffic is gonna take your time. I know some people might say, hey, I have time, but hey, trust me, you don't want to waste that much time, okay? And your business is not going to grow as fast if you go with free traffic, because paid traffic is scalable. If something's working, you just pour more money into it and you make more money. But free traffic, you have to constantly work. You have to just constantly pay attention to it. You have to maintain it. It's not easy. So there's a lot of different types of traffic that you can get. There's the pay-per-click, okay? So there's the video traffic that you could do, okay? So I'm gonna do video. I'm going to show you examples of this, not all of them, but video traffic. So this is specifically YouTube, okay? And you could do synthetic traffic. This is what we call content or native traffic, okay? Native ads. I shouldn't be, anyway. Yeah, so native ads. That's another way to do this, okay? So let's kind of break this down. So PPC or pay-per-click, you could do Google ads, search ads. You could do Bing. So there's the Google. There's a Bing. Or basically anything, Facebook. We got Pinterest. We got Twitter. Like every social platform that you can think of, they do some sort of ads, some sort of PPC. All right, so native ads or video traffic, usually YouTube, okay? So, and that's a great way to get traffic. I'm gonna get into some details of this, not all of it, but some of them. And the native ads, in case if you don't know what's a native ad, let me just explain. So native ads are basically the ads that are displaying inside a website. Like let's say there's a website, there's like a page full of articles that you could check out, and then there's an ad that looks like an article. So that is a native ad, right? So that's a native ad. Basically, it's just kind of integrating to that site. So that is a native ad, and they're powerful. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to make money off of them, because based on the ad, based on the audience, you have to build your campaign and to match that audience, all right? So that's very important, because one of the reasons that people don't get results with ads is the fact that they build something that's just not matching the audience. For example, let's actually erase this. I'm gonna review a couple of them, not all of them, but for example, Facebook. Okay, it's easy to get traffic from Facebook, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna get sales. Why? Because Facebook is a social media. People are not actively looking for stuff, right? People are just browsing around, they're watching videos, they're reading stuff. They're not actively looking for stuff. So if you want to convert Facebook traffic to sales, you have to engage. You have to engage people with some sort of content before you sell them something. One of the ways that we do it, like we do it a lot of different ways, but one of the way we do this is that we have like 3 to 4 videos, okay? And we show these videos as ads. So the first video, like let's say video number 1, they see it. If they watched like 50% of the video, we send them to the video number 2. They get an ad for the video number 2. If they watch 50% of the video number 2, they get an ad for video number 3. And if they watch 50% of the video number 3, they're gonna get an ad for video number 4. See guys, that is how we do it. So the point of this, and at the end, obviously we sell them something. It's like a product pitch, right? So we're providing value. So this is value, this is value, this is value, and then there's the pitch. So the point of this is to engage. So I see like now this is something you cannot use, let's say on YouTube, because hey, YouTube is different. You know, it's a different type of traffic. Even YouTube itself has different types of traffic, which we'll all get to. But again, it's just you have to build your campaign based on the traffic source. Okay, so for example, search ads. When someone's searching for something, that means that they're looking for it, right? So it's a different audience. It's kind of warmer. The traffic is a little bit warmer because Facebook traffic is cold, for example. But Google ads, for example, if someone's searching for something, or even Bing advertising, it's PPC, right? They're searching for it. So that means that, okay, the need is more immediate. So you could be more direct about it. So you gotta understand these things. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna review 2 things with you, okay? Because it's in one place, it's just easier to explain. The first thing I want to review with you is Google search ads. I'm gonna give you some points. You know, I'm not gonna explain all of it because there's a lot to explain, guys. Like these things are complicated. Like again, I talk about these things inside our program. I'm not going to get into details right now, but I want to give you an overview of it. All right. So I'm going to talk about Google ads. That's the first thing, the search ads, and the second one I'm going to talk about YouTube ads because these are 2 very good ones. Not going to get into Bing. We have an entire course inside that program for Bing ads. Okay. So if you want to get into this, if you want to see all of it in detail, you got to check out the program. But yeah. So let's get into that. Let's go to my computer. Let me talk about these 2. Let me talk about Google ads, search ads, and video ads. All right, guys. So let's get into Google search ads and YouTube ads. So just before we start, I wanted to give you a couple of tips about them, okay? Because these are going to help you to just keep your business safe and also get more returns. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is staging accounts. Now, this is going to be really, really helpful if you do an affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is a little bit dangerous, you know, when it comes to running ads for it, because usually platforms like Google platform, like ad platforms and everything, they are not. No matter what you do, no matter where you do your ads, you know, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Bing, whatever, they're not a fan of affiliates. Okay, so they usually don't like affiliates. So sometimes they will find out that you're doing affiliate marketing. Somehow maybe you make a mistake. I mean, you don't have to hide it, but again, it's just the way you do advertising, which I'll explain in a minute. But sometimes they find out and they're gonna block your account, basically suspend your account. So what you want to do is you want to have 2 accounts, and this is what I do all the time. So I have one main account that I do all of my ads on, and then I have a account called staging account. Okay, so a staging account is basically an account where I do my ads for a short time. You like just run them, I test them, and if it's working, if everything is fine and the ad is not being suspended, I just move it to my main account. This way I keep my main account safe and never get suspended. Because imagine you're running your business, you're making money, and you know, like all your business is just dependent on these ads to run, right? And then your ad account gets suspended and you just lose your entire account and your entire business immediately. You don't want that, right? So that's why you want to protect your main account. So that's the first tip. The second tip is regarding the advertising, affiliate marketing rules, advertising rules for affiliate marketers. All right. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you follow a very important rule, which is called bridge page. Now, this is a rule mainly for Google, but it's something that other platforms like Google, like Pinterest, Twitter, all those others like Bing, they also follow this rule as well. Like Bing is a little bit looser, but they still could get you for this. Okay, by get you, I mean they could suspend your ad account. And that is bridge page policy. The bridge page policy is basically the policy where they tell you that you cannot advertise for a page that is basically a bridge page. Let me explain that. A bridge page is basically a page that is in the middle and acts as a page to deliver the audience or the traffic to another page or affiliate page. Okay, so let's actually open a sketchpad real quick. So basically the idea here is that, let's say this is your ad, okay, and you cannot send this people to a page where they read something or they watch something and they're gonna go to another website, which is your affiliate link. Okay, so usually you're protected. Basically, if you have an opt-in page, you're gonna be fine. If you have a pre-sale page, you should be careful. If you have a product like a Tripwire front product, you should be fine as well, because you're not directly promoting your affiliate product, right? You're just getting customers. So yeah, just be careful with that. Don't get caught over that. So that's that. And the last tip I want to give you before I start is to make sure that you don't spend too much money in the beginning. Okay, so just start your campaigns with really low budgets, like $10, $20 a day, running for a while, see how the whole thing is working, and then increase your budget over time. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So the first thing I want to show you is a video ad campaign. So this is a video ad campaign in my ad account this is my staging account. This is a video ad campaign for a dating product that I'm promoting on Clickbank. Actually, that was the product that I was talking about. I just showed you like the $5 product. So this is a video ad. Now these are two different types of video ads that I want to talk about. So video in discovery and in stream. In stream is basically the ads that you see on YouTube that they pop up in the beginning of a video, and that's something that people can skip. Video, and the other type is video discovery, which is like basically discovery that shows in a recommended or search results, and people actually click on it. People have to click on it to watch it. So I personally like video discovery ads more, because it's something that people watch because they choose to watch it. Okay, it's not like they have to watch it like in stream. So you have to make sure that your ads match the audience, because in stream is something that people are just gonna skip most of the time. So it has to be catchy, it has to be short, it has to be something that people are gonna like really understand it real quick and get your message. Okay, so it has to be quick. Time is the essence. But video discovery is you got more leeway, because people are actually choosing to watch your videos, right? So yeah, that's that. So also another type, let's actually go back to ad campaigns here. Another type is the search. So I'll just show you these, and then I'll kind of get into creating them. All right, so this is one of the campaigns I'm running right now. Let's see how much money I spent. I've spent $1,000 on this so far. I started this like I'd say couple of weeks ago, and I've got 529 conversions. Wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, I've been getting a bunch of conversions on this, and this is basically a search ad. Okay, so this is a search ad. I'm just getting some traffic to get some sales and conversions, and it's really good actually, because the cost per I haven't added the conversion value, unfortunately. I should do that, but the cost per conversion is like averaging $2, something like that, and the product I'm selling here is $9. So I'm making money up front. Okay, yeah. So yeah, these are two types again: search ads and video ads. So let's get into setting one up. So I just want to run through this real quick with you. I don't want to get into details. So you want to start, if you want to run an ad, you want to start with new campaign, and then you want to choose something. So I usually go with without a goals audience, because it just makes everything less complicated. And then you want to select the type. So this is the search, this is the video. Okay, I'll start with a video. Let's get into it and continue. You just want to give it a name. Okay, and then you want to give it a budget. That could be type daily or in campaign total. So yeah, so daily, let's put like $40 for example. Oh. There you go. So delivery method is basically standard. That's gonna spread the budget throughout the day, or accelerated, which is gonna spend the money as fast as possible. So start date, these are pretty simple. I'm going to explain the things that might need a little bit explaining. I'm not gonna explain every single detail that is obvious. The bidding strategy, this is something you want to look into. So maximum cost per milli, or target CPM, or maximum cost per view. If you're starting, you want to go with cost per view. This is a YouTube ad, guys. This is a video ad. Okay, so you're saying, hey, I'm gonna define exactly how much I'm gonna pay per view. Okay, and networks, you don't want to show video partners. So what you want to do is you want to separate the site and audience network. Okay, so basically these two are going to be on search results and YouTube videos, like recommended on the left side, right? But if you do this, your video ads are going to show on like random sites, apps, all that places. Now it's okay, you want to try that, but you want to separate them. So you want to have it in a different campaign completely. Okay, that's what I recommend. So this is where you choose your country, language, all the standard stuff. So you want to go to expanded. I usually go with that. Excluded content, we don't care about that, but like this is something you want to actually look into. I don't want to show my ads on embedded videos or live stream or games. Just want to filter those out. You have some additional settings like ad schedule. You could get really creative with this. Like you could show your ads on specific days and hours if you want to. Yeah, so devices, I usually go set the specific devices. Okay, now if you want to just target mobile, it's fine, but what you want to do is you want to select the Wi-Fi. That's what I do, because this is going to target people who are connected to Wi-Fi, meaning that they're at home. You don't want to target people who are like out just walking, because they don't have the time to pay attention to your ads. Okay, so you're basically wasting your money that way. So give it an ad group, and then this is where you choose your demographic audience. I'm not going to get into details of these things, but you could like target keywords if you want. That's a good way to start. And also select topics, right? All that stuff. You could do that. Placements, and this is where you can get really creative with this. You could target specific channels or videos to show your ads on. How crazy is that? Okay, yeah, it's really cool. You can do a lot of ninja stuff actually with this placements by itself. So bidding, you here you want to say how much you're willing to pay per view. So like let's just put 9 cents for example. And this is where you do adjustment, like you're saying how much you're gonna pay more if there's an opportunity for you to get more views, or if there's a bid adjustment opportunity. So I'd say, like, 40%. So basically, if there is a way for me to get views on a specific video that has higher budget, higher CPV than this, I'm allowing 40% increase for you and for Google to do that. So this is where you drop your video and you're gonna continue and just do your video ad. Okay, so let me do an example here. I just want to show you the process. Okay, let's do this. For example, drop the video. When you do that, it's gonna ask you to select the format, in-stream or video discovery. Let's, for example, say video discovery, and this is where you do your headline, your description, and give it a name, and you should be good to go. All right, so yeah, guys, this is how you do it. I'm not gonna get into details, but yeah, this is how you do that. So search ads are pretty similar. What was that? You just go and select the search and visit website visits, drop your URL, and you should be good to go. Let me just drop a URL because I want to show you the process. So yeah, again, this is where you do, like, again, I'm not going to show the display because you want to separate these, and you just do the targeting, budget, and the search ads are much more simpler because you have the the only thing you target is keywords. Okay, so yeah, this is where you do your keywords, and then you're gonna create your ads and just continue. So it's pretty simple, guys, nothing complicated. I mean, there's a lot of complicated stuff, but nothing crazy about it. You just have to get really creative. You got to understand it and just get creative with it. So guys, this is pretty much it for this traffic section. There's a lot of details, like, for example, the keyword research, every features like conversion tracking, how to track your sales and everything. So yeah, and also just remember, have a what they call it, a staging account, because that's very, very important, because without a staging account you could get hurt pretty bad. Okay, especially if you're doing affiliate marketing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Let's continue with the video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got some value from it. That was the intention, and I hope you got something new, and hopefully you're on your way to start your online business. So if you're not a subscriber, make sure to subscribe. I upload videos like this almost every single day, if not probably 3 times a week, because, well, they're not easy to make. These are very long videos and they're not easy to make. So yeah, I make a lot of videos like this, so there's a lot of new stuff for you to learn if you're into starting an online business. So make sure to subscribe. Also, if you want to learn more in detail, like if you want to get into this stuff, like if you want to learn everything in detail, click by click, step by step, you want to check out my course. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. That's going to take you to my program. You can sign up. It literally takes 20 seconds to sign up, or less than that actually, if you're a fast typer. Yeah, so that's where you get started if you want to learn all these things in detail. Because the thing is, I talked about 3 different strategies. I talked about like traffic and everything, but there's a lot more to learn. It's really hard to teach every single detail on YouTube, because that's going to be like a 10 hours long video, right? I don't want to make a video that long because, well, no one's going to watch it. So yeah, if you want to see all these things in detail, step by step, you want to check out the program. I'm going to leave a link in the description. That's going to take you there. So check it out, and I really look forward to seeing you over there. All right, so but also make sure to join our community. I'm going to leave a link to that as well in the description, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it, because I'm planning to make a lot more videos like this, like long detailed videos. So let me know what you think about this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and again, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, I'm going to leave a link in the description. That's going to take you to the program. You can check it out for yourself. and I look forward to seeing you inside, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. All right, so leave a comment, let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you want me to make a video about something specific, you know, why not? So let me know, and I'll see you in next videos.